dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke, and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom.
Hello my dear students, today we'll be learning history of standard 7th. We studied ancient Indian history last year, that is in 6th standard, and now this year we are going to study the medieval period of Indian history. And the period from the 9th century CE till the end of the 18th century CE is considered to be the medieval period, and next to that is modern history. But here we are going to talk about the medieval history in this standard, and we are going to study the sources of medieval history in the first chapter, that is sources of history. Now the first and the most important or the basic question, that what is history? In general, we know that history is the word which gives us information about the, or history, the concept which gives us information about the past events, but it is not the past events only, not about the past events only, but it is something which gives us a chronological, scientific, and systematic account of past events. Chronological, साइंटिफिक एंड सिस्टमैटिक, ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ पास्ट इवेंट्स के बारे में हम जिसमें पढ़ते हैं, स्टडी करते हैं, उसे हिस्ट्री कहते हैं, बल्कि ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वाइल स्टडिंग हिस्ट्री. इट इंक्लूड्स chronological, scientific, and systematic account of past events. And while studying history, four factors which are very important from the viewpoint of history, they are individual, society, place, and time. It means that in general we can say what, when, where and with whom. ये चार क्वेश्चन जो है वो हिस्ट्री में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. व्हाट, वेयर, हाउ एंड विथ whom, what happened, or about the past event, that is what is individual, society, place, and time. History must be based on authentic evidences or proofs, and these proofs are known as the sources of history. मनगढ़ंत बातें, कहीं सुनी बातें, इन बातों को हिस्ट्री में इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं होता है. Until and unless it is from the authentic source, and if it is, then it can be considered as the source of history. So in history, about what it is, about who, that is human being, we study people's lives here, that is individuals. When, past, we study things that happened before us. And what, evidence or sources that say something about the past. So all these things are included in the history, or will we get the answers of these questions: what, when, and who. So to study history, these sources are very, very important. And now to understand these sources very easily, these are classified into three types, that is material sources, written sources, and oral sources. Now one by one we'll study this in detail. Man use a variety of things in his day-to-day life, and they are known as artifacts. Artifacts used by humans in the past provide us valuable information about life in the ancient times. Now this was about the ancient period which we studied. But when we talk about the medieval period, then in the material sources we have memorials, buildings, coins, forts, copper plates, cave sculptures, and inscriptions. All these things gives us information about history. And these sources are authentic sources because by studying or by visiting these places or the things, we get information about history. So here on the screen, as you can see, the forts, the pictures of fort, which have an important place among material sources. Some major types of forts are hill forts, forest forts, sea forts, and forts on the plains. These forts gives us information about that particular period, about that particular kingdom, or about that particular king. Then in this, we have monuments, which include samadhis, graves, virgala, and buildings include palaces, ministerial mansions, queen's quarters, that is Ranivasa, and also houses of common people. They all provide insights about that period. It means that by studying all these things, we can get information about the life of that particular people. We come to know about the development of architecture, the economic conditions, the quality of art, style of the building, construction, and people's standard of living in that particular period. And that is why material sources are important in the study of history. Then the coins. The coins made by different rulers. Made by different rulers. अलग अलग राजाएं आते थे और अपने अपने कॉइन्स बनाते थे. So the coins made by different rulers using metals like gold, silver, copper are important sources of history. Now, why these coins are very important sources of history? Because we learned about the rulers, about their period, about governance, about religious ideas, and about the personal details of that particular ruler. And the very important thing about financial transactions and economic conditions prevailing at that time. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल आज का कोई भी कॉइन और नोट अगर हम हाथ में लेते हैं तो उस पर बहुत सारी चीज़ें हमें देखने को मिलती है. जैसे इंडिया का नेशनल एम्ब्लेम होता है, गवर्नर्स की साइन होती है, फिर कोई ना कोई एक इमेज या पिक्चर उस पर होता है. एंड बाय दैट वी अंडरस्टैंड मेनी थिंग्स अबाउट द इंडिया एंड द सेम थिंग अबाउट द करेंसीज ऑफ ऑल अदर कंट्रीज. किसी और कंट्री की करेंसी अगर हम लेते हैं तो बाय दैट करेंसी वी गेट इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर कंट्री. When we study about the historical coins, it gives us information about the ruler, about the period of that ruler, about the governance, about religious ideas, and about the personal details of that ruler. Then here you can see a coin of Hyder Ali and a coin of the Peshwa period. From the images of Ram Sita on the coins of Emperor Akbar or Shiv Parvati on the coins of Hyder Ali, as you can see on the screen here, this one, we see the religious coordination of those days. The Peshwas used the Arabic or Persian language, this one, Arabic or Persian language on their coins, and this throws light on the use of language in that period. अगर आज से कुछ सालों बाद 1500 सालों बाद आज का करेंसी, आज का हमारा नोट अगर किसी को मिलेगा तो उस पर बहुत सारी लैंग्वेजेस जो होती है वो प्रिंट की हुई होती है, तो उससे उन्हें अपने हिस्ट्री के बारे में पता चलेगा. एंड द सेम थिंग वी आर डूइंग टुडे. जब हमें कोई ऐसे कॉइन्स मिल जाते हैं देन वी गेट इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर पीरियड. देन द नेक्स्ट थिंग इन द material source, that is inscription, is a carving on a stone or a wall extras. An inscription is considered to be very important, and this is not only important but reliable source of history. Now why it is reliable? क्योंकि वो उस वक्त उस पर लिखा हुआ होता था, इंस्क्रिप्ट किया गया होता था और उसमें कोई चेंज नहीं किया गया इतने सालों के बीच में. बाकी सोर्स में थोड़ी बहुत छेड़खानी हो सकती है बट इंस्क्रिप्शन में बहुत कम चांस है. दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ कंसिडर्ड टू बी वेरी रिलायबल एंड इम्पॉर्टेंट सोर्स ऑफ हिस्ट्री. Here you can see the images on the screen. An inscription is considered to be very important and reliable source of history because it helps us to understand features like the language, script, social life of a period. Then inscriptions carved on sheets of copper are known as copper plates. Many rulers had orders, judicial decisions, donations, etc. inscribed on stone or copper plates. By this, we can understand the administrative system or the economic policy of that particular period. Then in this, the next thing, books or the written sources. We learn about significant historical events in the medieval period from sources like the writing styles of scripts like Devanagari, Arabic, Persian, Modi, as also from the varieties of different languages, Bhojpatra, religious manuscripts, treatises, edicts, biographies, paintings, and all these things again gives us information about that particular period, about the history of that particular period. And sources of this type are called written sources of history. During this period, travelers from other countries came to India. They have written travelogue or accounts of their travel. And today, by studying that travelogue or accounts of their travel, we get information about the history. कोई एक ट्रैवलर अपने देश से निकलता है और बहुत दूर किसी और देश में जाता है, लेकिन एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने तक बीच में उसने जो जो देखा, जो जो एक्सपीरियंस किया, वो सब उसने लिख के रखा. और वो जो लिखा हुआ है उसे पढ़ने के बाद आज हमें उस पर्टिकुलर पीरियड के बारे में, उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया के बारे में, किसी पर्टिकुलर किंगडम या किंग के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है. एंड इन दिस द वेरी फेमस Alberoni, Ibn Battuta, Niccolo Manucci, famous travelers who wrote their travelogues. Babar's biography and Sri Shiv Bharat, or the Sanskrit biography of Shivaji Maharaj, composed by the poet Parmanand, as well as various other biographies of different rulers and their correspondence, helps us to understand the policies and administrative system of the rulers and their diplomatic relations with others. Then the next one, Tariq or Tariq, means the sequence of events, start to end. Tariq written by Al-Biruni, Ziauddin Barani, Maulana Ahmad, Yahya bin, Mirza Haider, Bhimsen Saxena, etc. are available, and which are very reliable source of history. It gives us information about the sequences in the history. Then the next one in the written source, Bakhar, which is a type of chronicle that originated in Maharashtra. It helped in understanding aspects like the contemporary political happenings, linguistic transactions, cultural life, social conditions, because all such type of things are there in the Bakhar. Here on the screen, as you can see, Bhau Sahebanchi Bakhar, then the Shiv Chhatrapati from the Sabhasad Bakhar. Some of these chronicles are Mahi Kavitachi Bakhar, Sabhasad Bakhar, Chitnisachi Bakhar, Bhau Sahebachi Bakhar, etc. The works of contemporary Western historians like Robert Arm, M.C. Sprengel, and Grant Duff are also important in the medieval period, or about the sources of written sources of medieval period. And now the last on this lesson, oral sources, material, written and oral sources. If you remember, लेसन के स्टार्ट में ही मैंने कहा था कि रिटन और मटेरियल सोर्सेज जो होते हैं वो मनगढ़ंत या कहीं सुनी बातें नहीं होती है, इसलिए वो रिलायबल होते हैं. देन व्हाई ओरल सोर्सेस आर देयर? दीज आर लिटिल बिट डिफरेंट देन द कहीं सुनी बातें या मनगढ़ंत बातें. इसमें ओवीज, फोक सॉन्ग्स, folk tales and similar literature is passed on from generation to generation by word of mouth. This type of literature preserved by oral tradition forms the oral sources of history. एक जनरेशन ने दूसरी जनरेशन को, दूसरी ने तीसरी को, तीसरी ने चौथी को, ऐसे इंफॉर्मेशन पास होते आती है. एंड दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज नॉट रिटन एनीवेयर, बट ओरली वो पास ऑन होती जा रही है. सच टाइप ऑफ सोर्सेस आर कॉल्ड ओरल सोर्सेस ऑफ हिस्ट्री. इसमें हमारे अलग अलग फेस्टिवल्स में जो गाने हम गाते हैं, जो रिचुअल्स हमारी होती है, ट्रेडिशंस हमारी होती है, देन द सॉन्ग्स एंड ओवीज ऑफ सच काइंड आर इंक्लूडेड इन ओरल सोर्सेस. It includes povadas, proverbs, legends, myths, folk songs, gatha, shlokas, and abhanga. Here on the screen, as you can see, Desert Music of India. These are the kinds of folk art or folk music. So history is written with the help of the three types of sources, that is written sources, material sources, and the oral sources. New sources and information come to light through this research. Then history has to be rewritten accordingly. And we can see that our history books and those of our parents and grandparents differ to a certain extent. And why there is difference? Because continuously there is development in the field of research and also in writing history. But the basic sources, written, material, and oral, which gives us information about the history. And throughout this textbook of 7th standard history, we are going to study about the medieval period of history by using all the sources, that is written, material, and oral sources. Subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.